Welcome. I'm Rick Blood, pastor at Okemos Community Church, and I'm here recording this midweek devotion from our den room. The fire is going over there. I'm in the recliner where I do a lot of work here with the computer on my lap. Many of you know me. I have my Starbucks, I have my Bible, my study book, my computer. This week in our study of Incarnation, recovering the significance of Christmas, this question was asked: did Jesus ever have days that he was not productive? That question came out of a discussion we were having about the humanity of Christ. And when we talk about the incarnation, to talk about Jesus being fully human and believing that he experienced everything that we experience, all of the emotions, all of the struggles as well. And we talked about why is that important for us. And it's because if he's fully human, he can model for us how to live and love in the world today. Jesus becomes our example, the example of what God intends for us to do with our lives. Jesus wasn't God in a disguise, God who came and put on the outer wrappings of a human but wasn't fully human. We believe Jesus was 100% fully human and 100% fully divine at the same time. He lived as an infant and was dependent upon his parents. He grew and became a toddler and learned to walk. He learned as a young child and then became a tween and a teenager and a young adult. Jesus was fully human. And so that question was appropriate. Did Jesus ever have days that he did nothing productive? I think the answer is yes. One way we know for sure is keeping Sabbath. Jesus was a faithful Jew, and so from sundown Friday to sundown Sunday, he would have done no work. Those were days set apart for worship, for rest, and relationships. Now, are worship, rest, and relationships, are they productive in the Western sense? Many people have jobs where they are required as employees to meet productivity standards. Some of them might be 95% of your time has to be productive. That is billable. That is to do work that is measurable, quantifiable. Worship, rest, relationships, those are hard to measure and quantify. Even in the church, we can slip into this culture, our culture's obsession with productivity, with always doing, and doing things that are measurable. But Jesus, it seems to me, was more focused on being than on doing. We are often more focused on doing and less on being whom we were created to be. Scripture regularly records that Jesus would go off by himself for prayer and reflection and quiet time. And the scriptural record of Jesus in all four of the Gospels has many days in his life in which nothing was recorded. Scripture is not a day-by-day diary of Jesus' life. But we know this. Not every day was productive. At least productive enough to document it in Scripture. So I believe Jesus did have down days. He had quiet times. He had restful days. What some might call unproductive days. God didn't design us to be on the go constantly, to be on task and to achieve 100% productivity. That's not how God created us. Look even at our need for sleep, 8 hours out of 24. 1/3 of our time is to be spent resting, sleeping, restoring our bodies. It's true for us, it's true for all of creation. Everything has times of rest, fallow time. And so, friends, I want to say it's all right. It's all right to rest and have unproductive time. You know, even during Holy Week, there's a day that Scripture records virtually nothing happening, no activity. And so, in the midst of that tense and trying week, Jesus had quiet time, downtime, if you will. Might be better to say Jesus took time. He always made time in his life to have that rest, that rejuvenation. So I want to say to you and to the study groups, it's all right to have non-productive days. If you want to sleep till noon, you don't have work or children, go ahead and do it. It's okay to binge watch something on Netflix, to just read a novel, to think, to play games on your computer or on your phone, to do nothing, to simply be. During these pandemic days, our emotions often exhaust us. We've often done little physically, but we're tired. In some ways, it's like when you're waiting at bedside in a hospital with a loved one. You're not sure what's going to happen and how the future is going to unfold, and you just spend days, sometimes weeks, sitting, thinking, talking, sleeping. And it is exhausting. Many times I've talked to people and they say, I don't know why I'm tired. Because the unknown exhausts us. Is it productive time to be sitting in a hospital room with a loved one? Maybe it's not measurable or quantifiable, but it is important all the same. And during this COVID pandemic, we are waiting without knowing how this is all going to unfold, and it is exhausting. So my midweek message for you as we head toward Christmas is relax. It's okay to be unproductive sometimes. It's okay to sleep more, to veg out more. It's okay to do nothing without the burden of guilt. It's okay to take naps. It's okay to watch mindless movies and TVs. It's okay to take a walk when you really have household chores or work that you should be doing. Jesus was fully human when he came to us, and therefore he knows our exhaustion. That exhaustion that comes from being overwhelmed, that exhaustion that comes from not knowing what lies ahead. And not every one of Jesus' days was filled with work and activity and productivity. And neither should your days or mine. It's okay. It is okay to lay back, to take a nap, to give yourself and others around you a break. Friends, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Jesus modeled that. Sometimes being like Jesus means that we can be unproductive. We can rest. We can step away from our work. Jesus was more focused on being fully himself, and modeling for us how to be fully ourselves, to fully be and become whom God created us to be. And rest, and downtime, and time for relationships, and worship, and rest. That all fits to how God made us, created us to be. So let's focus more on being who we were created to be. And then we will discover that doing is a subset of our being. It's part of who we are. But our doing never defines us. What we do is not who we are. We are God's children, created in the image of God. And from that identity, with the knowledge that God loves all God's children, from that flows all the ways we try to be like Christ, the ways we follow his example and model. We let him be the model for our life. Knowing he was 100% fully human, he knows what it's like. And in the midst of all of his doing, he also took time to rest. And not every day was filled with activity. There are days to build relationships, to be with people, to be by ourselves. It is okay to rest. Let us pray. Oh God, even through a pandemic, when in many ways we're doing less, many of us. Some of us are doing more as parents are trying to work and teach. Those on the front lines are working longer hours. So, oh God, we need the freedom to rest and take care of ourselves without adding on our shoulders the burden of guilt. So lift that from us. Remind us that you love us as we are. And you call us to be like Christ, who modeled for us how to balance being and doing, and who modeled for us that it is okay to have days that we do nothing productive, that we relax and find some contentment in just being, that we can give thanks for life, our life, created in your image. We thank you for the coming of Christ, that he was fully one of us, and so we know what he modeled is possible. So help us to be more like him. We ask all this in the name of Christ our Savior. Amen. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. It's helpful if you hit like or share or make a comment. What is it, I'd ask, that you fill your downtime with? What brings you joy to do when you're not being productive? Many things are happening at Okemos Community Church. Invite you to be part of them. Go to our website, okemosocc.org, or go to our Facebook page and you can find them. You can join our mail list to get the Monday message and the Friday e-newsletter. Details about coming this Christmas Eve, how we're releasing the full worship video at noon, and you can watch it anytime. And then we're having a drive-through event at the church. We're asking you enter on Methodist Street and exit on Okemos Road. There you'll be able to pick up communion. We have a Christmas ornament for every household. We have a glow sticks, sort of the substitute candles for Christmas Eve. We'll give you all one. You can then go to the lower parking lot and sit in your car or stand beside your car. We'll have the carillons ringing carols. All this between 5 and 7. Invite you to come and celebrate the birth of Christ with us. We'll have almost 500 luminaries all around the church, and all the candles, 100 candles in the church windows as we celebrate the coming of the light of the world. Go forth and be blessed this week, and feel free to do something that's not productive, like taking a nap. I think I'm ready for one myself. Go in peace.